Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Good evening to everybody. Martin, McLovin, Tim, Dragonsbane, Wayne, Leah, Lionheart, Marson. Good evening. Happy Sunday, and welcome. We are just going to keep on questing in Redridge. That is the plan for this evening. I think I'm going to go after the Iron Pikes, Iron Rivets, and the Redridge Brutes and Mystics. The bags are, they're full-ish, so that's good. We're staying on brand. That's important. I can learn this cooking recipe that'll clear out one spot. There we go. I can use some armor kits. That'll clear out another spot. There we go. It's looking a little bit better. I need to find a first aid trainer eventually. We have to hit 80. And then at 80 we can start making wool. And the wool will actually be useful to us. Am I doing another not quite hardcore, but it is hardcore? Not really. I mean, I'm trying not to die. I'm trying not to die, but this is not a hardcore character. I'm not thinking about it like a hardcore character anymore since we've already died 3 times. I am just playing this character to play on Deviate Delight. And I'm trying not to die, because if I die, I still have to read some of your comments in a Lego Batman voice. So there are still consequences if I die. So I'd rather not die, and to prove that, I'm going to pull multiple orcs, because I'm not paying attention. To prove how I don't want to die. Let's try 3 orcs. No, not 3? Okay. Yes. Yeah, believe it or not, we're trying not to die. Alex, good evening, buddy. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I think I'm good. Yeah, here we go. All right. Yes. Into the action. Yeah, I died the day we tried to do Dead Mines. It was like I don't know when it was. It was morning time. It was early in the day because I hadn't finished my coffee yet. I remember that. And yeah, we tried to do Dead Mines and died a bunch of times. So yeah, we kind of... And then I needed to take like a day to recuperate. I was emotionally impacted more than I thought I would be. In my heart, the character truly did die. Because I had unknowingly been thinking about it like a hardcore character. To the point where like when we died, I had that same feeling you get when a hardcore character dies. Except the weird thing was the character was still there. So I was in this like weird limbo place. And it took me like a day to process that. Let's go defensive stance. Maybe I don't want to be here. Is there somewhere else I should be? Because for all the zone hopping we've done, like everything we have right now in our quest log is yellow. And I've done all the zone hopping that I possibly can. To try to like stay ahead of the curve. I mean, there's a couple of things in Darkshore, but like not really. It's all like level 20 stuff. Like this just seems like this is a little bit too hard for us right now. Yeah, like I don't know. Maybe it's like an issue with the pulls, but I feel like this is a little bit out of our league right now. And I wonder if I missed something somewhere. What about Loch Modan? Loch Modan? Yeah, okay. Like we could go to Loch Modan. We have a couple of things there that are a bit of a lower level. They're both of these are going to be kind of challenging though. Even though they're technically a lower level. I haven't started Darkwood yet. Duskwood, sorry. I don't usually start Duskwood until like level 23. Level 23, level 24 is what I would like to be first. The lowest level quest in Duskwood are like level 21 quests. Yeah, level 20, level 21. Yeah, I'm not ready to go there yet. No. Son of a biscuit. I need this guy to move a little bit with me. Oh no, not like this. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I might not be able to quest here. It would be really helpful if we had like another player around. Like somebody else to like help out, like this guy. What's this guy doing? Oh, he's killing grunts. So he's probably not working on the same quest. Yeah, like besides having some help, I don't know if we can do this right now. Here we go. We have a level 19 human mage. This guy is lower level than us. Yeah, he's doing the whole AoE thing. That's working out for him. Not like incredibly well, but I guess it worked. Maybe this will help. If someone else is around fighting. Alright, the mystics have a heal, noted. Yeah, if we want to tackle this, we're going to need help. Like, him and I are either going to have to group up, or we're going to have to just kind of act in tandem here. Like, maybe if he sheeps one and pulls this guy, I can probably charge in on the two of these guys. Maybe we should just group up. Maybe that's... let's see. Okay, yeah, we're just going to group up. That's the smart... It's a kill quest. Like, we need items, but it's also a kill quest. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, they're all on us. That's something. Freezing them in place is an idea. This guy's gonna die. Don't die, bro. Don't die, bro! Bro! No, bro! Oh, buddy. At least it's not hardcore. Yeah, at least it's not hardcore. Buddy couldn't make it. The arcane explosion just wasn't powerful enough. I was looking for my mass taunt, but maybe I don't have a mass taunt. Maybe I'm making things up. No, I don't. What am I thinking about? Like, yeah, I don't have a mass taunt. I was like, I can taunt. I can't taunt. I mean, I could taunt. I could have gone into defensive, and I could have like taunted one of them. But yeah. Whoops. Whitney, good evening. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. The guys back here. Okay, Mystic. Basher. We don't need Bashers, but they do drop the items. It looks like this guy's about to be back. Yeah, there he is. Like, he doesn't have to AoE them all down. He can just, like, single target, and then he probably wouldn't die. Just thoughts. Maybe I can pull this guy back. If I do this. He somehow still got that off. That's crazy. There we go. Isn't Moon like... Moon is sheep, right? Moon is like classic speak for please sheep this. Maybe he'll sheep this. Oh wait, where is he? Oh, he's sitting down. Come on, buddy, let's go. Let's go. I need a sheep. He laid down a flame strike. This guy loves his AoE abilities. He just wants to be an AoE mage. Dave, Mendy, good evening guys. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. We've got herbs back here. Very, very important that we get the herbs. Earth root, I don't really need earth root. That's not going to give me a skill up. Also, we don't need to be back here. I don't have the Yowler quests. Ooh, there are mystics back here though. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have the quest for Yowler. I probably could have grabbed it already. I don't know if this guy has it. I could ask him. The Yowler quest, isn't that at the end of a chain? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Yowler's at the end of a chain. Guitar Junkie, welcome. Thanks for being here, buddy. Yeah, it's not an available quest yet. So I think it's at the end of a chain. Billy, good evening and welcome. See, this guy's not on this kill quest. This guy probably has the Yowler quest. See, he doesn't have Baying of Knolls. The only thing he's after here are rivets and pikes. It doesn't really benefit him to group with us. Cloth, intellect, spirit. Got quite a few people here this evening in Redridge. 17 people found between 19 and 25. I feel like you can be here later than 25. I feel like you can be here like doing stuff up to like level 28. And you can probably come here at like level 15. Start doing stuff. There we go, 25 people questing here this evening. We need 2 more brutes. And then we're done here. And then we could probably go after the Murlocs. The Murlocs are also going to drop the spotted sunfish. So that's like a twofer. Oh, we lost our buddy. It wasn't a long time we were together, but it was a good time. Well, somebody has decimated these gnolls. It was probably the gnome that we saw. Yeah, there would be a couple of brutes over here under normal conditions. Here's a mystic. Mantar, good evening, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. It looks like we're starting to get some respawns. Willow Vest of Frozen Wrath, plus 9 frost damage. Oh, that's cool. That's one of the cool things about leveling a Frost Mage in Classic Era, is that you can actually find a lot of gear that has plus frost damage on it. I think our best bet is to wait for the respawns over here. A lot of people are out here farming these guys right now. Here we go. Oop, that was close. They almost spawned right on top of us. Charles, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate you saying that. Do I stream on Twitch? No, just on YouTube. Mr. Santa, I appreciate you popping in and saying hello. Now get some sleep. We'll see you next time.
Greetings. Farewell.
Greetings. See you around.
Alright, this is for Yowler. I think we could probably go after him. We could probably even take it on our own at level 22. It'd be easier if we had a potion. Yeah, I don't have a potion.
Hey there. See you around.
We could probably kill him really fast, loot him, and run away from everything else. That's a possibility. Blackrock Menace.
Light be with you.
10 Battle-Worn
Go
Axes.
with honor, friend.
Yeah, we can do that over this way if we want to. Alright, let's try to go get Yowler. See how that goes. Do I use the auction house? Yeah, there's not a lot on the auction house. This is an economy that is a very small economy. The story behind the Deviate Delight server is that it was a dead server, and so Blizz offered free transfers off the server. And a lot of people pulled their 60s, all their resources and gold, and they left. And then, because WoW fans are arbitrary by nature, the community decided this is the place for a fresh start, now that a lot of the 60s had transferred off. So now the community here is growing, but the economy is really small, so there's not really a ton on the auction house. Though I will say, what there is on the auction house is usually very cheap. At one point there were a handful of shining silver breastplates, and they were selling for 3 gold. Typically you find those for like 12 to 25 gold. But there were a handful that were like 3.5 gold. But then they sold out, and I haven't seen any more since. You know, because of the aforementioned small economy, smaller industry. In the EU I hear that Firemaw, I think that's the server. People always tell me that Firemaw is a pretty like high population classic era server in the EU. I think it's a PvP server though, which is oftentimes the case with like higher populated servers. Yeah, this one is an RP PvP, which I think that means like as they camp your corpse, they must say monologues in character. I'm assuming that's what RP PvP means. As they teabag you, they go on a diatribe in character. I'm kind of hoping as we fight our way back that maybe another player will show up. It would be nice to have some help because of the whole no potions thing. If we get into trouble, there's not really a lot I'm going to be able to do. Yeah, I'm a spaz when I get caught in PvP. I'm a spaz. Like I slam some buttons, I panic, oh god, oh no, dead. That's typically how I PvP. Like, oh no, oh hit the buttons, oh what's happening? Oh I can't see, why can't I see? Why can't I see? And then I'm dead by then. That's every PvP encounter I've ever been in. That's why when I played Plunderstorm, I played hide and seek, and I did best when I was able to hide from other players for as long as possible. Because hide and seek is the only way I know how to PvP. Yeah, this is gonna be tough. Maybe this guy can walk away if we get one more to walk away. Or I could shoot him with my bow and try to like kite him. And try to leash everything else. We have a lot of runway here that we've cleared out. Let's try to pluck him with a couple arrows and just see if we can tick him off enough to follow us. But we want to leash everybody else. Oh, he's level 25. Oh, this is not going to work. I have changed my mind, chat. I don't think we are going after Yowler right now. Yeah, I've changed my mind. We're not ready for that. That's level 25. Level 25 named guy, I mean, if I can pull him by himself, I could do retaliation. But even that might not get in. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go do something else. I think I want to go back to Loch Modan and finish up things there. We should also have a quest to take us through the Dun Algaz Gauntlet. Which I believe deals with orcs. Here, let's hearth back to town really quick. Let's jump on a flight point. We will be coming back to Redridge later, like in like 3 or 4 levels. Maybe less, but ideally just not right this minute. Yeah, let's get out of here. Yeah, that's called a Ramble's Retreat. Yeah, we're good at those. It usually starts with, oh no, oh god no, what have I done? I've made a terrible mistake. And by then we're running away. Would I recommend going back to retail, Cata, or vanilla? I would just say, like, of all those versions, I have the least fun in Cataclysm. But ultimately, it's a personal choice. There are tons of people who really love Cataclysm and have a great time in it, so it's hard to say. I would say dabble your toes in all three,
Well met.
and decide for yourself. Yeah, I'd say, you know, you activate your sub, you can play Classic, and then you can do the level 1 to 20 trial if you don't own Dragonflight. But yeah, I would say definitely something you have to figure out for yourself at this point.
Be careful.
Everybody's tastes are going to be very different now that we have so many different ways to play the game. Like for me right now, like I'm splitting my time between retail, leveling characters, doing mythics, and classic era. Like that's how I've chosen to best split my time with the game. Cataclysm, like the one thing I want to do with Cataclysm, I want to read the quest in the 80 to 85 zones. That's like the only thing left on my Cataclysm checklist. I'm going to do a recorded playthrough. I'm going to read all the quests as we level through the 80 to 85 stuff. You know, on the Warrior, we didn't read any of it. And that's it for Cata. Like for me, Cata is a game that I'm going to experience very little of. And eventually we'll move on to Mist of Pandaria. And I think I will have a lot more fun in Mist because I sat out for Mist. A lot of Mist of Pandaria is going to be new to me. So that's pretty exciting. Whereas Cataclysm, I played a crap ton in Cataclysm, leveled a ton of characters in Cataclysm, did a ton of heroics in Cataclysm. Like, I played a lot of Cata. So, yeah, it's not really exciting for me. But what about Sod? What about Sod? What's Sod? What's Sod? No, I'm not playing Sod. When I got in, I did a little bit of Phase 3. I did 1 day of Phase 3 and that was enough. I don't play Sod anymore. Thank God, because if I played Sod, I wouldn't have any time. I wouldn't have enough time for all of it. Nah, I did the remix up to level 40, but I don't want to, firstly, I don't really want to experience MoP that way. Because when I go into MoP, I want it to be in a way that I can read all the quests and stuff. And remix was not going to work for that. Also, what really discouraged me from leveling up in MoP, like I don't care about transmog, I don't care about pets, I don't care about mounts. So like I'm not the audience for MoP Remix. But what really turned me off was the knowledge that I couldn't take my character out of MoP Remix once they hit 70. Because the reason that I level up characters in retail is so that I can try them in Mythic Plus to see if I want to play them in the War Within. So that's currently like my only motivation in leveling up a character in retail, is to try it out in M+. And with your MoP Remix characters being stuck in MoP Remix, I can't take them into Season 4 Dragonflight. So I just decided not to bother with it. Eventually the game will spit out my Draenei, my Eridar Draenei Death Knight at level 40, and eventually I will finish leveling her at some point down the road. But it won't be in MoP Remix. Just wasn't fun for me. No, they don't leave Remix until the event ends. Yeah, you're stuck in Remix until the event is over. Yeah, they made that explicitly clear. There's no way to get your character out until the event ends. That's when I decided, like, yeah, like I really wanted to try my Blood DK, like tanking some Mythic Plus, but then when I realized that wasn't going to happen, I just kind of like lost motivation to play the character. Yeah, it's definitely important to know that going in. And it looks like MoP Remix is going to run right through the pre-patch. So we're going to be in pre-patch July 23rd. And MoP Remix is going to be running through some of that. So like you're not even going to really get your character for all of pre-patch. You might get to your character by the 30th of July, which is when the actual pre-patch events are going to start. The world events that pop up all over the map. Like you might get your MoP Remix character by the 30th to get into the event. But you're not going to have it for like the first week of pre-patch. Do I think vanilla servers have a future? I think that the only future that vanilla servers have are what the players make of it. It's like Terminator 2 Judgment Day. There is no fate but what we make for ourselves. That's how if you're a classic era enjoyer, please know that like your enjoyment of the game now rests in your hands and the community's hands, because the developers on the classic team, like, they don't get it. they don't get it. They don't get vanilla. They don't get what people like about playing classic. And how do I know they don't get it? Because we got Season of Discovery. We got phase 2, 3, and we're getting phase 4 of SOD. This is how I know that the classic team developers, they don't get it, and they're not gonna like support it. So like, your fate as a vanilla era enjoyer is what you make of it. Come play on Deviate Delight. If you are in the States, come play on Deviate Delight. Community is trying to grow here. If you are in the EU, you should probably go on Firemaw. It seems like a lot of people are on Firemaw. So go where the population is, or where the population is trying to be, and play every day. Log in and play every day. Make some friends in the game. Join one of the bigger guilds. Do some content with people, because that's it. That's what you got. There is no fate but what you make for yourself. I don't have a guild. I did exactly what I suggested, and I joined one of the big guilds on Deviate Delight. I'm in Refresh. Yeah, I'm in Refresh, which is one of the guilds that are linked through the Green Wall add-on. The Green Wall add-on shares guild chat between like these big guilds. So yeah, you definitely want to get into one of the bigger guilds. They're always looking for people to do dungeons right now. LFM, Maradon, Need Hills, full clear, both entrances. Like, they're always looking for low-level dungeon people. It's a good place to be. Yeah, if you get into this server and you join one of the big guilds, you'll always be able to find groups. So it's a good time. Amar, after playing Mythic Dungeons and chasing rating, you've lost interest in leveling characters? See, for me, it's the opposite in retail. like doing Mythics and having fun in Mythics revitalized me in retail, and it made me want to level up every single class and try every single spec. Like, discovering a love for Mythic Plus, like, revitalized me for retail. Like, I literally want every class. And not only do I want every class, I kind of want, like, 3 of each class so that they can be different specs. So yeah, that's my little pipe dream. So like, I don't know, I had the opposite effect, but then again, I didn't do any mythics. Like, I hated the idea of it when they were introduced in Legion, so I avoided mythics until season 3 of Dragonflight. So it's like, it's new to me, so I'm like, I'm happy, and I'm having a blast leveling different tunes to try out in Mythic Plus. We're working on a hunter right now. We've already got Paladin, Mage, Shadow Priest. Alright, let's... Ooh, any quests we need here? Mercenaries. These are elite quests. Report to Mountaineer Rockgar, Stonegear Search. The Deviate Delight server that I'm talking about, that's vanilla classic, yeah. That's classic era. There is no Wrath of the Lich King anymore, by the way. The Wrath servers simply became Kata servers. There is no Wrath. Your choices of Classic currently are Season of Discovery, Classic Era Vanilla, where we're at, Cataclysm Classic, or I guess you could still play on the hardcore servers, which are also dead. But you could, they're still available. So yeah, there are 4 different ways to play Classic right now. Correct. Deviate Delight is not a retail server. This is classic era classic. So here, let me show you guys something really fast. We'll take a little look because a lot of people don't really know and don't understand. So we'll have a look at a couple of different things, and I'll just kind of like, this is good practice. I'm gonna be making a video about this very topic, explaining all the different versions of WoW and how to play those versions. So this is actually a good practice run. Let me switch over here. And so firstly, let's take a look at the Battle.net browser, okay? So in Battle.net, you have access to Classic, and you have access to Retail. But within Classic, you have a couple of different options. You have Cataclysm Classic, which is what a lot of people are playing. It's what the icon says. The icon says this. But you also have Classic Era Classic, which is this. Now the trick is that Classic Era Classic is technically 3 different things. This is Classic Era Classic. If we go to the realm list, within Classic Era Classic, you have Classic Era. That's where we're at. We're on the Classic Era tab. We are on the Deviate Delight Classic Era server. But you also have Seasonal, and Seasonal is your Season of Discovery servers. But then you also have Hardcore, which are your dead hardcore servers. And so yeah, this is all within Classic Era, which, like I said, you can only get to by clicking this drop-down, changing yourself from Cataclysm Classic and selecting World of Warcraft Classic, and then you log in. So yeah, that is a little rundown on how all that works. And I should have clipped that, and that should have just been the video. It could have been a 5-second video explaining the different versions of WoW. That would have been really smart. Should have clipped it. Misa confused. Oh no. No, it was really straightforward. You're not confused at all. Now you finally understand. Classic Era, Classic, Classic. All right, go to Classic Era, Classic, Classic. Click on Classic Era, Classic. Go to the bottom, click on Classic. And then you're halfway there. That clears up all the confusion. I mean, maybe it does. I'm gonna make a quick video, probably sometime this week, just to have it on the channel. Because I don't think it's easy for new players especially, or returning players who have been away for a number of years. Oh, we forgot to mention Mr. Pandaria Remix. Yeah, I'm going to cover all of it. And it'll walk us through, and it'll talk about, there's 6 different ways to play WoW right now. Did you guys know that? There's 6 different ways you can play World of Warcraft right now today. You can do Mop Remix, you can do Dragonflight Leveling, you can do Classic Era Classic, you can do Classic Era Cataclysm, you can do Classic Era Hardcore, you can do Classic Era Season of Discovery. There are 6 completely different methods and places and ways to play World of Warcraft right now today. It's actually nuts. It almost makes no sense. When you say it out loud, it almost sounds nonsensical. Like, why would there be 6 different ways to level up a character in different places in World of Warcraft? Like, why would that be? But that's the reality. That's where we live now. 6 years ago, like six years ago, we had one version of WoW to play. It was whatever the current expansion was, Battle for Azeroth, and that was it. That was the only way you could play WoW. And you either enjoyed that version of WoW or you were not a WoW player. And now we have 6 different ways. It's nuts. Mike, I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna script one out. Yeah, I'm just gonna, because I want to get more specific video with it, and that was a good practice run. Now I see how simple the video can be. But I'm gonna compose something. Put some of the skills from my previous career to use. And that way I'll just have it. That way anybody's ever like wondering or curious or confused about how to play WoW, where to play WoW, what kinds of WoW there is to play, I can just point them to the video. On the one hand, I really love having all that different WoW to play. On the other hand, I worry about like how much it splits up the player base. And that's the definition of a double-edged sword. It's great to have options. It's something to think about how much the player base is split. like, is there a world where I could log into to just World of Warcraft, like current modern World of Warcraft, and I could click on classic mode. Okay, stick with me here. Kind of like how we click into Mist of Pandaria Remix right now, right? We go into Dragonflight, we click into Mist of Pandaria Remix as an option. Is there a world where I can log into the current modern WoW, I can select classic, and this is what I get. I get these graphics, I get these zones, these quests, and this is my experience. And then, whenever I'm done with that experience, I pop myself out. And then I'm a level 60 War Within, The Last Titan, whatever expansion, character. And I've gotten to stay in my classic era as long as I wanted, but I have always had the option to pop myself out. I am playing the current version of the game, but I am playing a classic setting, a classic server, a classic phase. I don't know what you'd call it. But I wonder if that would be easier to navigate than to have all the current options in all the different places we currently have them. And then with that, the sky's the limit. Then maybe you can select TBC. Maybe you can select Wrath of the Lich King. Maybe you just have access to your eras. And when you're leveling up a character, you get to pick what era you're in. Yeah, but time walking is not quite what I'm talking about, because time walking does not change the way the game looks. Time walking does not change how the systems work. I'm talking about, like, you are in that version of the game. You're not in Dragonflight. You're not in the War Within. You're in the same client in a way, and the character can eventually be tossed into the other version of the game. But just for, like, simplicity's sake, being able to log into one client and having my different eras listed at the top, and then I just pick an era. I pick an era. There's just you're on whatever server cluster, and of course we're going to cluster the servers together the same as in retail. And that way, with clustered servers, we have people to play with, because all the servers are, like, kind of connected to each other. So it makes that aspect of it better as well. Just thoughts. I often think, like, could they make it simpler for people to understand, like, what they're playing? And could they make classic and retail interconnected in a way that, like, my transmog collections, the mounts that I pick up, in a way that could be relevant in the modern game as well? Oh boy, we got two of them. Well, this would be in a world after they've already released all the versions, they've already worked out all the bugs, and then they would just plug all the versions they've already got into the same client. It just for simplicity's sake of, like, picking where I'm going to play and what I'm going to play. But we're assuming that all the bugs would be by that point worked out. We're assuming. Because Blizzard, it's a bug-free game because of the extensive testing and diligence. And if it's not bug-free, it's because you didn't play the PTR. So you really only have yourself to blame. Not enough bug reports. It's interesting that popping Blood Rage puts you into combat. even though it doesn't put you into combat with any specific mob, it marks you for combat. So like you can't pop a blood rage and then charge. I never noticed that. Oh, I'm sure. Oh yeah, of course bugs. Oh yes, I'm just joking around. Yeah, obviously people report bugs all the time and the bugs still don't get fixed. Yeah, I'm sure I reported some bugs in the beta for Cata that didn't get fixed by the time release happened. The one I can think of in particular is Brutusk. Our old buddy Brutusk in Ashenvale. He just didn't want to leave the Moshan Ramparts. We couldn't convince him to leave the Moshan Ramparts and go to Splinter Tree Post. And we definitely encountered that same bug in the beta, and then it was broken upon release, and as far as I know, it never got fixed. So yeah, there are some bugs that just persist. Classic bugs for a classic game. Oh boy. Oh, we're good. Let's get a heal in really quick. And then we have to take out this Geomancer so we can loot. What kind of mouse do I use? A Logitech G600. This guy. It's got 12 buttons on the side. 6 of them I can hit with my thumb really easily. Another 3 I can hit with a tiny bit of effort. So out of the 12 buttons, I can use 9 of them pretty effectively. All of my F keys are actually bound to the mouse, so anytime I'm hitting an F button or a Shift F button, I'm actually using my thumb to press those. The only things I'm hitting on my keyboard are 1 to 4 and tilde. That 1 to 4 and tilde are the only things I hit on my keyboard. A lot of the F buttons I could hit on my keyboard, but it's much easier to tap them on the mouse. Unfortunately, they don't manufacture it anymore. So sometimes you can find them on Amazon, and other times you can't, and sometimes when you can find them, they are very expensive. When I bought mine for like MSRP, it was like $39 back when I got it. And it's an exceptional mouse for a $40 mouse. It's hard to find it at that price anymore, but if you can find it at all, it's completely worth it. This mouse changed, it changed how I played these games. Like any MMORPG, it just completely altered my life when it came to being able to control my character, press my buttons. Like, playing the game was like kind of miserable for me for a long time. Like, I really enjoyed playing the game, but like having to hit all the keybinds I had to hit, having to reach for 5 and 6, having to hit G and H, like, oh my god, it was so laborious, and it was literally painful. So when I found this mouse, it changed everything. As a Bellular video title would tell you, it changed everything. You gotta have, you don't need this mouse, but what you want to have are at least 6 buttons that you can easily hit. If you can get yourself a mouse with 6 buttons that you can easily hit, to add 6 buttons to what you can hit in the action bar, it's a life changer. Exactly, this mouse changed my life too. Like, it literally did. If you find a good mouse, especially as someone that plays MMOs, like, it can literally change your life. Yep. It went from being miserable to have to control my character to being a joy. Like overnight. Do I think they can recover your character from 17 years ago? If you have an account that you used 17 years ago and you have access to that account, then you still have those characters. Whether or not, if it's an issue of whether or not you know your password and whether or not they can help you get into an account you can't access, that I don't know. That's going to come down to security questions and a ticket. But if you have access to the same account, you're going to have your characters unless you deleted them. Blizzard does not purge characters. So like if you were playing on the Dalaran server but back in TBC and you log into that account, your characters are going to be chilling there on the Dalaran server and they're going to have whatever they have on, whatever they had on back then. I still have a Blood Elf Hunter who is on, like, you know, this account's pretty old. And they haven't been logged in since before they like changed how hunters can equip 2 weapons. That the hunter still has 2 swords on the login screen because he's been there for a long time, and I haven't logged him in since the change. So your characters do not like randomly get deleted. People often come in and ask questions similar to that, and I'm like kind of baffled because yeah, like Blizzard doesn't just delete your character because you haven't logged into your account. They don't care. Now, if you can get into that account, the characters are still there. Now, they're all still going to be there waiting for you as long as you can access the account. Yeah, like my other account has my Tauren Warrior on it that I made, you know, back in 2005. Like, he's still there. My first level 60. He's still there. I think he's on the Dalaran server. And yeah, like, I haven't accessed that account or logged into it in like 15 years. But if I go into that account, he's going to be there. Like, he's just there forever.
What can I do for you? Keep your feet on the ground. Safe travels.
All right, that one is done. Let's go after these guys. If they're level 17, we can probably take them. Even if we don't get really lucky, and maybe there will be another player nearby. But yeah, we'll go try this one. And then, like, we could do the Elga's Gauntlet. We don't need to do that right now, but we are going to be out of green quest. Oh, you know what? This, in Westfall. This is what we can do. Okay, yes. Let's go kill these guys in the cave, and then we'll go to Westfall, and we'll do the coast isn't clear, and we'll find Murloc. I almost forgot about these quests. It's a close one. And while we're traveling, this would be a great time for me to say thank you to all of you guys for being here this evening, for hanging out with me, and letting me play some classic era. I really appreciate it. If you are having a good time, you enjoy the content, you'd like to see the channel grow, leaving a like is the best thing you can do to help out when it comes to the algorithm and finding new people for our community. So yeah, I really appreciate it. If you guys slam the like button for me. If you're not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing and ringing the bell. That also helps out a lot, and I appreciate those that do. Guitar Junkie, that's awesome, man. I lost mine a handful of years ago. Oh man, I loved that thing when I first got it. I read it so many times. My friend like started to make fun of me because I would just like between play sessions, I was like just obsessively reading it and talking to him about the stuff that was in it. And like he already knew because he'd been playing the game a little bit longer than me. But yeah, like, oh, I love that strategy guide. It was so cool like years later to go back and like read it again and see like how much had changed. Yeah, I lost it a handful of years ago, sadly. We had an apartment fire. Thankfully, none of us were at the apartment building at the time. But I lost a bunch of stuff. I lost like 300 B-Store Transformer toys. I lost a bunch of old PlayStation games that were like collector's items. And I lost my old strategy guides and some notebooks and stuff like that. I held on to that stuff until I was 36. All my B-Source Transformers made it with me in life until I was 36 years old. And now they're gone. Big bummer. Was there lore in the book? I think there might have been little bits of lore, but it mainly focused on gameplay, explaining like best practices. It talked about there was lore in the sense that I think it did zone descriptions. I remember like talking about the zones. I don't know if it was like lore. I don't know if it established anything specifically. That I don't remember. If I'm not careful here, I could easily get myself killed. These guys are pretty low level. I can sneak past most of them, but not all of them. Oh, if they run like that, ooh, yeah, this is not a great spot. I have to kind of stand my ground here. I don't have a good way to like get out of this, except to stand my ground and hope that I can do this in a way that we don't keep pulling more ads. Yeah, see, he's gonna cause problems. Okay, there we go. We might be okay. We might be okay. Darren, I appreciate that, buddy. Thanks for being here. Elliot, thanks for hanging out tonight. I could pass you. I don't know how long I'll play tonight, but we're chugging along pretty swiftly. We're almost level 23. Can I sneak between the? Maybe I can thread the needle here. Okay, okay, that worked, surprisingly. And now the real question is, do I know the way to get to these guys? Because I'm not convinced I do. I see them up there, but I'm not sure I know how to get to them. Well, there's a chest here. We could start by working our way over to that. I don't know that this is the way. This doesn't really seem to lead anywhere. Yeah, this way doesn't really seem to go anywhere. Maybe we go this way? Well, we found them. And the good news is we have a couple of smaller potions. Only restores 140 to 180. That's not a lot, but it could be the difference between life and death. Let's eat some buff food. That will help a little bit. We are going to blow retaliation here also. This should help a lot. Okay, that was unexpected. Let's try that again. Retaliation made that like super easy. That's great.
You got my attention. Safe travels.
Do I plan to do endgame stuff with this character? I mean, in classic era, that's always a case of like, yeah, sure, maybe, like, when and if it happens. We have 300 hours of leveling ahead of us. It's like, for me, in vanilla era, it's always about the journey first. And like doing dungeons along the way is going to be fun. Like eventually we will do more dungeons. But yeah, like I don't set out with a plan of like, oh yes, I'm gonna raid Molten Core. Like not really my primary concern when I'm playing classic era. It really is about the journey of getting there. And then sure, if there's active groups by the time we get to 60, if the server is active and people are doing stuff, then absolutely.
No. See you soon.
But honestly, like the place where I enjoy endgame is usually like Mythic Plus. Like that's kind of what I have Mythic Plus for. Like that's the endgame content that I really like. I really enjoy challenging 5-man content. Whereas like a 40-man raid is fine as long as it's like a great big pug and, you know, like it's just 40 people in a pug trying to kill Ragnaros. Like that sounds like it could be fun. Now doing like a 40-person raid that's trying to be super try-hard and super organized and everybody in Discord and everybody screaming at each other, like that sounds horrible. But just like a big old group thrown together, you go fight a raid boss, maybe 15 of you are dead on the floor and the rest of you kill the boss, like that sounds like it could be okay. But for like actual like challenging endgame content, I prefer Mythic Plus. I prefer the smaller group size for like really hard content. Yeah, the beginning of the season was rough. The beginning of the season, like, it was hard for me to find groups, but now that the season has matured, it's been an okay time. I'm still adjusting to the changes. Like, Season 3 was the first season that I ever did Mythics. So, like, of course, as soon as I jump into Mythics and I'm doing Season 3, of course, like, the next season they change how everything works. Like, just my luck. And so, like, yeah, the beginning of the season, because of that, was pretty rough. But, like, the season is shaped out really well. You know, we got my Shadow Priest got up to a 1550 rating the other night. I was kind of proud of that. I don't know if I need either of his quests. And I guess realistically, at this point, we could probably fly back to Westfall. Let's fly back to Westfall.
What's on your mind?
Have I heard of the drama around the server? Feels so weird and unnecessary. Rafa, no, I don't know. Are we talking about the Deviate Delight server, the server that I'm currently on, or are we talking about something else? In either case, I haven't heard anything, but I'm not very keyed into that stuff. We have a 5-minute flight to Sentinel Hill. About this server. No, I have not. Is it something that can be easily summarized? It's just Horde side drama? Yeah, we're on Alliance side here, which I hear is the smaller faction of the two on this server. How's the community been for Mythics in retail? Like, my experience has been 85% positive. Every once in a while you get a player who's simply unhinged. But that's gonna happen. When you're playing with other humans and interacting with other humans, you're gonna come across some people that are just unhinged. So every once in a while you have a really weird interaction with somebody in a group where, like, one thing will go wrong and then someone will flip out and leave the group. But, like, who cares? Not a big deal. That's a one-off. Like, 85 to 90% of the groups that I get into, they go smooth, everything's fine. Even when we fail, there's no drama, no one's yelling at each other, like, it's all good. Every once in a while, like, somebody's completely off their rocker, but that happens in all kinds of places. Seasons are a retail thing. So seasons are for people who are doing endgame content in modern WoW. They split the expansion up into different seasons, and then basically each season gets, like, the gear level increases. The level of gear, and it's very specific. The only time you need to know what a season is or anything about seasons is if you are a person who plays a lot at endgame in modern WoW. That's, like, really the only way it applies to you at all. If you're just a casual player of the game, you're not doing a Mythic Plus, you're not doing, like, super hard progression at endgame, then, like, seasons don't matter. It's like I didn't care about seasons or think about seasons or even understand seasons either until I started playing Mythic Plus. Like, I knew there were seasons, I couldn't be bothered to care what it meant until I started playing Mythic Plus, and then it becomes relevant. It's the only time it's relevant. The drama was trolls being trolls. Very, very vague. Yeah, I'm not on Horde side, so if there's big drama on this server Horde side, it doesn't affect me. Also, like, drama doesn't affect me or what I do at all. There could be, like, the most stupid kind of drama on this server. Like, I don't care. I'm just here to play the game and have a good time. Let other people worry about drama. Do I feel myself improving skill-wise? On the Shadow Priest, yeah, absolutely. It's been I guess it's like, you know, the generic thing of saying it's an easy class to pick up, but it's a hard class to master. It really makes sense. I don't know if I'll ever master it, but I'm getting better. The last run we did, I did really well. Like overall, as far as not dying and as far as numbers, like I'm improving. Still got a lot of improvement to go. I feel like to get really good in Mythic Plus, you have to make sure that you're playing your character every day. And like I've been pretty good about getting on it every day and playing at least one Mythic. Today I didn't. Today I didn't have time. So now, like next time I go back, like tomorrow, I'm gonna be a little rusty. And I'm sure that eventually, if you have like one main that you play, like maybe eventually the reflexes are so baked in that like you can go a day without playing. But like I'm at the point where I really need to be playing a little bit every day. So yeah, I missed today. What's the name of the damage meter? The damage meter that we use in this is details. Yeah, I use details for my damage meter. I used to use recount, and I often think about going back to recount, but for now we're on details. You heard Details is more gentle on RAM than Recount. I would believe it because I think Details is newer. So that makes sense. Once we get off the Cata timeline, I'll finally enjoy most all versions of WoW. Yeah, like probably. Once Sod is gone, and we've moved on to Mist of Pandaria, then yeah, probably. Yeah, like I anticipate that I'll like Mop Classic much more than I like Cata Classic. So... And then, and after that, I think I'm done with Classic. after Mop Classic, I think I'll be done with Classic. I'll be more than content to play whatever retail exists, and then be playing in Vanilla era, hopefully. Because yeah, I don't think I'm gonna follow into Warlords of Draenor Classic. I don't think I'm gonna follow into Legion Classic. It feels like I was just playing those versions of the game like yesterday. Like, that's still all really fresh in my mind, and I'm not going again. I'm not doing it again, so... You know, once we get to WoD Classic, I'll just be happy playing retail and playing Classic era, and that'll be more time that I can spend in both of those versions of the game, which is probably for the best. If we go north first, that could be better. Yeah, let's go north first. It's a beautiful time of day to be hanging out in Westfall. Very happy to be here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. Do warm-up rotations before M+. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I don't like learning on target dummies really, because target dummies are never gonna feel like an actual pull and an actual run. But yeah, like warming up a bit's not a bad idea. Just to kind of like get your fingers used to the buttons again. I can see how that could be helpful. Or it's either that or what I do, which is I spaz out for the first 2 pulls of the run. I just completely freeze up and forget where everything is, and then like after the 3rd or 4th pull, like I'm back in. So yeah, like slapping a target dummy around first is probably a really good idea. Are there target dummies in Veldraken? Because yeah, mainly I'm just hanging out in Veldraken between runs. Westfall top 5 zones of all time? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Eversong Woods, Westfall, Elwyn Forest, Mulgore... And then, you know, like, the 5th spot is interchangeable. There's lots of zones that can slide into the 5th spot. How's the weather where I live? Hot, like most of the country. Miserable. Today it got a little bit better. Oh, damn, look at that. Gorgeous. Today it got a little better. Supposedly the heat's going to start to slack off a little bit. We'll return to normal temperatures, but yeah, it's been really awful. Just been pretending like the outside world doesn't exist. There are dummies in Veldraken. In the PvP vendor room. Oh, nice, they're inside. That's cool. I'll have to find that. Because, yeah, that's a really good idea. Blood Moon, happy Saturday, Sunday. Is today Sunday? I'm pretty sure today is Sunday, but I could be wrong. Either way, thanks for being here. Good evening to you. I appreciate it. But for real, is it Saturday or Sunday? Because I'm pretty sure it's Sunday, but now I'm thinking like maybe it's Saturday. Did I get an extra weekend day? Oh, it is Sunday. Damn. Oh, I was hopeful for a minute. Like, oh man, how great would it be if it were Saturday? How great would it be? It's not. Okay, so it is Sunday. Okay. Okay, yeah, my son had his art class today and his mythology class, and like those classes are Sunday, and I'm thinking like, okay, I know he went to these classes, but at the same time, wouldn't it be great if it was Saturday? Alex says it's already Monday here. Alex, you're hanging in there, man. It's late for you. As long as it's not Monday, yeah. As long as it's not actually Monday already. Oh, look at this. It's saying that we can complete the coast isn't clear. Or no, the Murloc poachers. So we can get fins from these guys for the Redridge quest. At least Questy thinks that we can. Let's see if we actually get any Murloc fins from these guys. Yes, supposedly we can, but I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna happen. We'll see. The DPS reports. I like DPS reports as opposed to TPS reports. We're gonna wait for this guy to come back. He'll come back eventually. Or maybe he died. Oh, he died in the water. Okay, good. Perfect. You think we will get some of these fins off these guys? That would be really cool. Unfortunately, they're not dropping the fish. They don't also have the fish that we need, but... That guy dropped... Oh, he dropped the map. Find Captain Sanders' footlocker. Now the footlocker... Oh, it's gonna be down here. That's gonna lead us back north, I think, though. That's not gonna pair up, like, super well with what we're doing right now. If they do have fins, it must be really low on their loot table, because no one has dropped it yet. No one has dropped it yet. Alright, we have 7 out of 7 coast runners we need to get to warriors. So now we can head a little bit further along the coast. We need oracles. Oh, he's a minor oracle. That does not qualify as an actual oracle. I'd never noticed that. There are minor... He's a minor oracle. Okay, I didn't know they had such a complicated hierarchy for Murloc oracles. They must have it all written down somewhere. Yeah, we don't need minor oracles. He's an intern oracle, exactly, yeah. He has like barely any qualifications. He doesn't really do anything to get paid. Like, he's just hanging out. He's there to go get coffee, I guess. Like, if the oracles want their coffee refilled, he's there to do that. Otherwise, he doesn't satiate the quest requirements. Eventually, we will find warriors. Somewhere. Hunters, we don't need hunters. There's a single warrior surrounded by 15 other dudes. That's cool. Yeah, I've lost a lot of hardcore characters here, so I don't have a lot of fond memories of these Murlocs at all. You know, a couple of characters, you know, what happens with these guys always, the way my characters would die is that firstly I would overpull. Not a big deal, right? You think you'll just run away. Well, some of them can Frost Nova you. And so all of a sudden you've accidentally pulled 4 Murlocs and you think I'll just run away, and then you get Frost Nova'd. And then you're dead. I lost at least 2 characters that way that I remember. One of them was a human rogue, one of them was, I think one of them was a hunter. And one of them was for sure a dwarf hunter. One of them was a human rogue. There might have been others that I've like blocked out. For me, it was the Frost Nova both times. You'd think the first time it would stick in my mind, like, hey, these guys Frost Nova. But no, it was the same thing, just being a little bit sloppy with pulls. It could have been respawns, I guess, but then knowing like, oh, I have to run away now. Oh, I'm frozen now. Oh, I'm dead. Even the hunter didn't survive. I wasn't quick enough to like use the pet to get aggro and like sacrifice the pet. Like even the hunter got killed by it. It's bad. It's a scary area. That's why I'm happy not to be on hardcore. Lael, good evening, man. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, there's lots of warriors up. This guy wants to group. Guy wants to group. Alright, let's go this way. This was a little bit of an ambitious pull. We're getting a heal, which is like super appreciated. I'm not trying to die, but I kind of like pushing the character a little bit and seeing like what we can do. what we can do and actually still live. 191 crit. That's actually huge. Yeah, Layla, it's cooling down here too. We haven't got rain yet. We had a lot of wind that blew through this afternoon, and then after the wind, it's cooled down a bit compared to other days. It's still not what I would call cool outside, you know, but it's cooler. So, you know, anything helps at this point. Let's get our food buff back up. Alright, so we're done with warriors. Now we have to get down here. We have to get to the adult oracles. We don't need minor oracles anymore. We have to get... This guy's content just to pull anything and everything. But yeah, we have to get to the real oracles. And then somewhere here we might run into old Murloc. I guess we're just gonna fight everything in the way. Otherwise, we're gonna get this guy killed. We have part 1 of Captain Sanders' hidden treasure over here, although I think the subsequent parts take us back to the north, and some of them might go inland. So we'll turn this one in, if we can, and then we'll see if we're going to do the others. Very close. Yeah, see, the next one is in the middle of the road over here. Maybe we'll do that after we finish with the Murlocs. Pretty sure the end result is an 8-slot bag, which I don't need, actually. Well, that was fun. Alright, now we need Tide Hunters. Interestingly, we haven't seen Old Murkai. So maybe somebody... Oh, you know what? I was way off. He doesn't patrol up here. It looks like he doesn't start patrolling till just south of us. Tim, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good rest of your day. Now, guys, I have to point out, none of these Murlocs dropped a single Murloc fin. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and call BS on Questy. No, Questy is full of it. Questy has lied to us and misled us. And that's just the reality of it. We almost lost our paladin buddy. He must have been down to like 1 HP. It must have been a really, really low amount of HP. We're pretty close to dying also. I think we're clear though. We don't have aggro on anything that's left alive. Alright, a little bit too close. Yeah, they must have a really, 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 really low drop rate. Because we have killed, not only have we satiated the quest almost, which is like 28, we've killed like a dozen more than 28. So we've killed about 40 Murlocs all told. And for none of them to drop a fin, like, I think we just have to look at, I think that's enough to say they don't drop it. I think if you kill 40 of them, and not a single one drops it, I think we can just say they don't drop it. Now, they might have like a 0.001% chance to drop it. But how many more Murlocs are you going to farm out here, realistically? I think it's safe to say they don't drop the item. That's factually accurate right now. 40 is a large sample size. Even for like a 1% drop rate, like you'd think maybe we'd get one. This guy's like done with his quest. He's sticking with us. We need one more, and this guy's still hanging out with us. What a bro. Of course, on the last pull, we pull 3 of them. Oh god, he went and got friends. Yeah, that was nice. That was cool. That was a good time. I'm glad that we grouped up with that guy. It was a lot more fun being able to tackle like the really big packs. If we had done it on our own, we'd have to be like very careful about it. Would not have been as exciting. Alright, so that's done. Let's go track down the next treasure map. Even though technically it's a gray quest now, I think because it just went gray, I think we will get almost full XP. So it might still be worth doing it while we're here. Oh man, what a gorgeous time of day to be hanging out in Westfall. Very nice. Inventory full. There is a vendor behind Moonbrook. Somewhere. Let's head over here and see if we can use the vendor. Freewheeling merchant. Then we can just run up the road. Oh, also we have a talent point. We are going to spend it in parry, or deflection rather. Is this guy going to be inside the building? Yes. Okay, that makes this a little bit trickier. Maybe, oh, I was going to say maybe we're high enough a level that they just ignore us. But not quite. Not quite. We could probably leash him though. Oh god. What have we done? Well, not having a weapon is going to make it pretty hard to kill them. Yeah, we got disarmed. Does he have anything good? He's got the rage potion. Yeah, we're not an alchemist, so doesn't. Oh, you know what? The real problem with our inventory is not necessarily that it's full. It's that we have a lot of unopened clams. That's the real issue. Let's get rid of that. I'll keep the shield. I'll sell the old shield. Yeah, we really just needed to open our clams.
For the Alliance.
That was really the only real issue.
Hey there.
We can't use this meat either. We don't have any recipes for it. So I guess I'll just sell it.
See you later.
Oh yeah, there was a guy down by the dock. That's right, that's right. Ultimately, what happened there was I probably didn't need to empty my inventory at all. That's the reality of it. I just needed to look at my inventory. Oh, you need water to cook them too. That's why I'm not seeing them as available. Oh, this was... No, for this... Goblin Deviate clams is tangy clam meat. Yeah. We had regular clam meat. Crab cakes. Crawler meat is also different than clam meat, even though it looks the same. I don't think I had one for regular clam meat. Yeah, for this one we need tangy meat. I don't know where we get the tangy stuff. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Let's go this way. Yeah, I haven't come across any of this yet. You'd think it would be used for something. Maybe it's just a recipe that we never... Oh, here it is, right here. Yeah. Boiled clams. But it's gray anyway. So we're not going to get skill ups off it. But yeah, we do have it. It's just an older recipe. We don't need it anymore. Yeah. Cooking it, if I cooked it, they'd probably sell for a little bit more. They'd probably vendor for a little bit more. But I'd have to buy the water. So it's probably like a net zero type of situation. This is not really worth a lot of experience. This could be a waste of time. If this zone weren't so gorgeous right now, I'd probably just leave. Like, I probably wouldn't bother doing this one, like, under normal circumstances. But we so rarely get to be in Westfall this time of day. And this will probably be the last time that we're in Westfall on this character. So I will do this quest, even though it's only worth like 300 XP, which is like 3 kills. Yeah, if only herbing worked the same way in Classic that it does in retail. How often do you say that? Yeah, if only we got 3x kill XP for every herb we pick up, that'd be absolutely amazing. It's been really enjoyable on the Hunter in retail to be going around getting the herbs and the mining nodes. It's been pretty good. It would be a nice addition for a way to give like bonus XP, yeah. Like if you want to give away bonus XP, do it for gathering. Would drive people to kind of explore the world a little bit more. Yeah, 8 slot bags, see I don't need it. But we'll go get it anyway. Yeah, we'll just finish this up since we're already like pretty invested. We'll finish it up. We could then hearth back to Lakeshire after we... Well, no, I don't think we have anything to turn in. Yeah, we're good. We'll finish this and we can hearth right out, basically. They should bring that to the older professions. Yeah, you should be able to get XP like crafting anything too. And it should be like big chunks of XP. That would be cool. It would be cool if it were like semi-viable to level up a character just by doing professions. By running around, gathering, by like incidentally fighting the monsters that you have along the way, gathering the materials and doing the crafting. It'd be really neat if that were like kind of a viable way to level up like a low-level character. You can play Kata that way. Ugh. Yeah, you could, I guess. And then at the end of the day, you have a Kata character. It all scales better in retail anyway. It all scales better in retail. Because you don't have to worry about like where your rank is at. If you can or cannot herb a certain thing or mine a certain thing. And I don't think you get experience for creating stuff in Cataclysm. I don't think you get experience for like crafting a chess piece. Or like tailoring a robe. I don't think you get experience for that stuff. I'd like to see like experience holistically applied to crafting. Like I craft a pair of pants, I get 1200 XP. Something like that. Alright, yeah, we are done here. We didn't get the Murloc fins, that's okay. Let's just hearth back to Lakeshire. I said it with such disgust. Yeah. I just don't enjoy low level leveling in Cataclysm. To me, there's nothing enjoyable. Like, I'm gonna do a playthrough eventually where I read the level 80 to 85 quest, because I didn't read any of the quest on the warrior. But besides leveling a character from 80 to 85, like, and seeing the quest, I have zero desire to level another character up. Absolutely zero desire. And I love leveling characters up. So if I'm sitting here and I'm like, yeah, I have zero desire to level up a low-level character in Cataclysm, that's a problem. Because I love an excuse to level up a character. I don't think I need this. Nope.
Farewell.
Is Cata really that bad? No, it's not about if it's good or bad. Not at all. Don't mistake me. I'm not saying that Cataclysm is bad. I am simply saying I don't enjoy leveling up low-level characters in Cataclysm. It's not a fun experience for me. I am a person who played a bunch of Cataclysm when it was originally out. During the Cataclysm, I had more high-level characters than I have ever had, except for right now. This is probably, in retail, this is probably the first time that in retail now I have more max-level characters, I think, than I had in Cataclysm. Because I leveled a bunch in Cata, and I played a bunch in Cata. I did a bazillion heroic 5-mans in Cata. I played a bunch of different characters, and I was in my 20s during Cata, so it's not like it's nostalgia for me. Like, oh, my first expansion, I was but a wee lad, and I remember. Like, no, I was in my 20s. And so, you know, it was just another expansion for me. And I played a bunch of it, and I don't have fun doing it today. Like, if I'm gonna level up a character today, I want to do it in retail, or I want to do it in vanilla era. Because in vanilla era, it's a nice big journey. We get to have a great journey. It's a fun time. Things matter. And if it's retail, I get to take the character into Mythic Plus, which is content that I very much enjoy. So it's just a preference. Guys, I'm going to play a little bit more. I got a bio. I will be right back, like a minute and a half. Alright, let's go. Yeah, anytime I talk about, like, if I say, like, I don't find it fun, I don't find it enjoyable, I'm not saying anything about the, like, I'm not evaluating the content. And I'm not trying to make commentary on whether or not the game is good, whether or not the game is bad. Quite frankly, like, I don't care. And other people can make those valuations and those comparisons probably better than I can. Well, I just mean, like, I don't enjoy it. Same thing with SOD. Like, I don't enjoy SOD. There's nothing about it that I like. Is it bad game design? It's bad game design for me because I find it unenjoyable. But it doesn't mean that it's not a good game for somebody else. Panda Remix has 56 days left. My Death Knight is trapped in Panda Remix for 56 more days. Woot. Panda Remix will still be going when the pre-patch is out for War Within. Woot, I guess. Right now, I'm just waiting for Panda Classic. Yeah. I've retired from Remix. Now we're just waiting for Panda Classic. Be about a calendar year. This time next year, we'll either be playing Panda Classic. Yeah, this time next year, we'll be playing Panda Classic. This time next year. If not, we'll be really close. If not, we'll be like in the pre-patch or about to be in pre-patch for Panda Classic. By this time next year, definitely. It'll be here before you know it. Yeah, I will enjoy Panda Classic a lot more than Cata Classic. Apparently my roster is going to be Warrior, Paladin, Shaman, because those are the high level characters that I have. So I will probably get all of those leveled up to 85, and then at that point they're waiting for Mop Classic. Like maybe I take them into Heroics and get them a little bit of gear. Then they're waiting for Mop Classic. And then I'll probably pop back on them when they release the troll dungeons, you know, the Zulaman and Zuljin, whatever they're called. When they put those out as 5-mans, I'll probably go back. I'll farm up that gear, because I remember it being like really easy to get welfare epics. We called them welfare epics back then. That's probably like not a polite term to use anymore, but that's what we call them. So I'll probably go back for those 5-mans. Like anytime they put new 5-mans in, I will probably then go back and I will run my characters through the 5-mans. Get the gear from the 5-mans and then put them back on the shelf. And that way we have a little bit of gear at least going into Mop. It won't last long, but it's better than nothing. What server are we on in Cata? In Cata Classic I play on Mancrick Horde side, which is a US East server. Yeah, the catch-up gear. Yeah, in Zulaman and Zuljin, they started to give out epics. Like, it was no longer... You weren't getting, like, blues, you were just getting, like, straight-up epics. So, yeah, I'll come back for those. Those were fun. I liked those dungeons a lot. I ran them about a bazillion times, so... And then there's always the possibility that if they put in, like, the Alpha, Beta, and Gamma 5-mans... I could come back and do that. I had fun with those in Wrath of the Lich King. So yeah, but so far they've said they don't have plans to. They didn't say they didn't know. They didn't say maybe. They flat out said we have no plans to do that in Cataclysm. And I think it's because Cataclysm is only going to be with us for a short time, whereas we had Wrath for a little bit longer. So yeah, but if they did that, if they just put in Alpha, Beta, Gamma 5-mans, I'd love to progress through those. Because what I want in Endgame is I want hard 5-man content. I don't really want to have to raid to progress my character. I don't want to have to organize raids, or I don't even want to have to be in voice comms, because I kind of want to just run the stream and play the game. So I would love to progress through some hard 5-man content, but again, they said they had no plans to do it. Yes, we are level 23, Blood Moon. It's Mancrick. Yeah, Mancrick. Mandicure. I don't know what Mandicure is. But yeah, Mancrick. Like Mancrick's wife. And how he can't find her. No, they just found him. Yeah. No, well, eventually we find his wife. He never gets his wife back, but... Right, instant respawns. I'll take it. She's in the Shadowlands now. Right. I think she's, is she Venthyr? Or the undead guys? Where did she end up? We got burnished gloves, 4 strength, 2 agility. Is it possible that's an upgrade for me? That could be an upgrade. It's, well... Yes, I think so. Like, I don't know. I mean, it could go either way. We lose a couple armor. We lose 1 strength, but we gain 2 agility. Agility doesn't do a ton for us. Let's see. Do they look cooler? They look cooler. We're gonna go with looks for this one. It's so close that we can go with looks. We're horde side in Cataclysm. For better or worse now. Which I guess means I'm stuck horde side if I go into Pandaria. I don't know if I like that. But I guess I don't care that much. This is a bad place to hang out. It's not looking great for us. I do have a potion, but I don't really know how much that's going to get me. Not a lot. Not a lot. Oh, we're getting heals now? Now we're tossing heals. Okay. I'm going to pull this guy back so that we don't have the same problem. Yeah, see, they're instantly respawning here. We need to pull him back. This should be good. It's a close one, but we're gonna live this time. Is this hardcore? This is not hardcore. I'm just trying not to die. Every time I die, I have to do a Lego Batman voice and read some of your comments while I run back to my body. So I'm desperately trying to not have to do that. But it's not a hardcore. We've already died a bunch. We died 3 times. I guess that's a bunch. It's a bunch more than 0. Cyberchild, good evening to you. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, at some point we got the last item we needed, so we can get out of here. I think I want to head over to the east. We can work on the battle axes. These guys should be like level 20, level 21, maybe a couple of level 22s. So we should be able to handle it, I hope. Well, we died 3 times on the same day. So the day we did Dead Mines, I think I died thrice. I think that was the... I stopped keeping... And then I stopped keeping track. We haven't died since the day we did Dead Mines, though. That was the only real source of death. Was me failing to be a classic tank. Just straight up absolute failure on my part, mainly. If we had never done the dungeon, or if I had just been a better tank, we never would have died. But it kind of, at the same time, like, I needed to kind of get over the idea of this character as a hardcore character. So it's kind of okay that we died. I'm not, like, really broken up about it. I needed to die. I needed to process that death, and then I needed to keep playing the character. Because, again, the point of the character is to, like, help build a home here on Deviate Delight. The point of the character is not to be another dead hardcore character. I have more than enough of those. Do you have to have a different account as a YouTube creator or like a viewer? You don't have to. You can use your creator account as like a viewing account. It's, yeah. I don't. I have a different account for my YouTube Premium that's not my creator account. I often wish that it was, but yeah, for me they're separate. It was, I don't remember what day it was. A lot of people missed it, so like maybe it was like last weekend, maybe it was like a weird day, I don't know. It was sometime like first thing in the morning, like it was right around 11 o'clock. It was the first thing we did. I tried to get on right away and do a dungeon, and I wasn't nearly ready at that point. A Sunday Night Batman voice, only if I die. Yeah, I had to do it a lot that day. It's only gonna happen if I die. Those are the stakes. Or the same old rule, if I mute my microphone more than 3 times while I'm trying to talk, that also warrants the Lego Batman voice. If I'm on mute accidentally more than 3 times in the same stream. That hasn't happened for a while. And Cyberchild, the answer is you don't. You don't need a separate account, no. You can do all those things on one account. You can be a creator, and a watcher, and a lurker, all on one account. If you want to. Leah, I almost did. It was close. It was a tough choice between whether or not I was going to play Classic Era tonight or play the Dwarf Hunter. This was the only one that I ever scheduled, but I did think about the other. But also what I thought about, I was, you know, sometimes what happens is if I go more than 1 day without playing Classic, I'll get a nasty comment on YouTube. I'm just trying to like not push anybody over the edge. The last time I went a half a day without playing this character, I got like a 2-paragraph rant about how all I ever did was play low-level characters, about how all I ever do is version hop and I don't have focus, and about how I owed it. Oh damn, it's too bad I don't need this. I got a rant about how I owed it to my community to like figure out what I wanted to do and focus on one character and really engage. And I'm like, but I play so much Mythic Plus, I play so much endgame already. Like, how much more endgame do you want to see me play? So anyway, I try to keep this character current, so I don't push anybody like right over the edge. This might be a death. Yeah, I got totally distracted talking. I got totally distracted by everything. And this might be a death. Oh, it's not gonna be because they're running. Oh shit, he ran right up to those 7 guys. We gotta haul butt out of here. I got an awesome blue, which would be awesome. The sad thing about getting that item is that I already have it equipped. Of course, the one time an awesome blue drops, I'm already wearing it. What luck. Oh yeah, of course, I can do whatever I want. Yeah, I was kind of like, I was being a little cynical there. I was just like, kind of portraying how people have their desires, they want content creators to do certain things. And so they assume that that's what everybody wants, and they kind of can come to assume that that's what the person should do. But the trick is to remember, you can have expectations of people, but you can't actually hold them to it, you know? And like going on a 2-paragraph rant about it's not going to help, but you know, here I am, I'm still playing the character, so maybe it worked. I can sell this, I guess. It probably, on this server, it probably doesn't sell for a lot. But damn, we just used up a bunch of luck to get a weapon that I don't need. I might be better off just to save it in case I ever roll up like a paladin. You know? A paladin could happen someday. I'll see, unless it sells for quite a bit, which I can't believe it would. I'll probably just toss it in the bank and forget about it. I think I'm gonna save it, because either way, either I save it and I use it later on a paladin, or the economy here grows, the server grows, and eventually people will have more gold to spend on low-level items. So I think either way, it benefits me just to hold on to it for now. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'll sell it in 2 years when it sells for like 300 gold. Once everybody's playing vanilla here, and the economy has like blossomed fully. You know, bots and everything. And then I'll sell it for 300 gold. I don't really think I can take these 3 guys. Especially not without retaliation off cooldown. This is a pretty low drop rate on these axes. These I can pull these individually. Lael, nice man, nice. Yesterday I weighed myself without shoes on, and I'm up to 203. I almost put on like I was 193 the afternoon before I started trying to gain weight back. I was 193. That was like 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, and I'm 203 now. So I put on like 10 pounds, which is amazing. Which is closer to what I probably should have been. I wasn't eating enough. I wasn't eating enough at all. I was barely eating breakfast. I often wasn't eating lunch. And then the only decent meal I would have would be dinner. So yeah, I mean, it's been good. 10 pounds, though, 10 pounds is a lot to gain in 2 weeks. So I'm assuming from here on out, it's going to be a little bit slower. but I'm pretty happy with it. It's actually been probably 5 or 6 years since I've weighed myself and I've come in over 200 pounds. It's been at least 5 years. It's been at least since we came back to Michigan from Missouri. So it's been at least 5 years, but it might have been a little bit longer than that. And speaking of food, Amy, is there food? You mentioned tacos earlier. Is there foods? Because yeah, it is about time for foods. Talking about foods. Yeah, I'm 6'4". So yeah, like my goal is to weigh 220. But yeah, I'm a very tall person. Before I started weightlifting, I was only 150 pounds. So imagine a 6'4" person weighing 150 pounds. Basically, like, people who knew me back then, they thought that I was sick. That I was, like, the dying kind of sick. They thought that was why I was so skinny. Was that I was literally, like, dying. And then people who would see me years later, they would tell me this, like, oh, we thought you were sick. Like, they never talked about it back when they knew me when I was 150 pounds. But later, when they saw me at a healthy weight, they would tell me, like, oh, we all thought you were sick. Like, past coworkers and things like that. Yeah, needless to say, I did not have any mentors growing up that were able to teach me about, like, healthy weight, about, like, having a strong body, about how to gain weight as someone with a high metabolism. Like, I didn't have anybody, like, in my life who cared to teach me any of that stuff, so I didn't figure any of it out until I was, like, 20 years old. And I only figured it out because of the internet. Like, literally looking up how to gain weight, how to gain pounds. Like, I had to educate myself on how to achieve, like, a semi-healthy body weight. Did I answer you, Amy? I mean, I want food, yeah. Is the answer food, yes or no? My answer is yes. Yes, food. I think, yeah. Yeah, my goal is 220, and then we'll see. If I wanna weigh much more than 220, I'm gonna have to start lifting, like, super heavy weights, and I haven't lifted super heavy weights in about a decade. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but I think I could probably get the 220 eventually, slowly, doing what I'm doing now. And I'd be happy with that. Not Uber Eats, just amazing, just amazing wife to the rescue. Yeah. Oh, we got tacos, actual homemade stuff. Oh, this guy's pulling ads. Yeah, I used to weigh 220. 220 was the heaviest that I ever got. That was right around the time I was like 30, 32. I would have been about 220. And then I had a kid. Yes. And then I had a kid. Yeah, I mean, I never had to lose weight. It's hard to lose weight, but it's also hard to gain weight. It's hard no matter what. Like, changing your body shape is never easy. Whether you're a super skinny person like me trying to put on weight, or you're someone who, like, struggles with weight and you're trying to lose it, like, it's hard no matter what. There's, like, it's not only is it hard physically, but a lot of times it's, like, psychologically challenging. Especially in the beginning, when, like, in the beginning you don't really notice changes yourself. The first thing that typically happens is, like, other people notice changes that you don't even see. And so like the beginning is the hardest part because like changes are happening, things are happening, but you don't really see it. And it's very easy just to get demotivated. I'm so surprised I didn't pull all those guys. I got really lucky. I have tacos now. So I might eat tacos soon. I might try to finish this quest. But I might just start eating the tacos. We'll see. See how it goes. We will see what the drop rate's like. We need 2 more items. We've killed like 30 orcs. It's too bad that guy didn't have a bleed on him. Good so far. Good evening, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, that's another thing people don't realize. Yeah, if you start working out in an attempt to lose weight, a lot of times, yeah, for the first thing that happens is you'll gain weight. Because the first thing that happens is you like wake up muscles and you start growing muscles that you never had before because you never worked out before. So the first thing that happens when people try to lose weight is they gain a few pounds. And then of course that's an easy excuse to get like completely discouraged and stop working out. Like, oh, I've been working out for 2 weeks and I've gained 4 pounds. Might as well quit and go eat some chocolate ice cream. It's like, unfortunately, that happens and it becomes a really easy reason to get discouraged. But it's like, obviously that's going to happen. Yeah, you're waking up muscles and building muscles that you have not used at all. And so you're going to gain a little bit of muscle weight. Especially if you're going to like a high protein diet with the workouts. It's like you're going to gain weight. And you'd think it would be common sense, but a lot of people don't realize it or think about it. Yeah, and everybody's body is completely different. You know, the workouts that work for one person, they're not going to work for somebody else. Everybody's body is completely different, and you really have to find like what works for you physically and psychologically. Like, I've never been a huge person that does cardio. Like, I don't really enjoy cardio. I do what I need to do, but like I always just loved weightlifting. Weightlifting was always the thing that I really enjoyed, and it seemed to be the thing my body responded to and my body could do, like day after day, week after week, year after year. Like if I were trying to run, like I just wouldn't be able to do it. I don't find running enjoyable. So like everybody's different. You really have to find the thing that like works for you psychologically and physically. If you want to stick with like an exercise routine for any amount of time. If you're just trying to force yourself through something and like every moment of it is like brutal and you don't have a lot of intrinsic motivation, like you're never going to be able to stick with it. Are we done here? Oh my god. Oh my god, we're done. Alright, we got 26 minutes on the Hearthstone, so we are running back. We're seeing lots of people tonight. 27 people between the levels of 15 and 26. That is pretty good. Pretty exciting for Classic Era. Especially with Cataclysm being relatively fresh. It's nice to see. I'm gonna eat. Don't tell me what to do. No, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna get these quests turned in, and then I'm gonna eat all the food. There is a plan, believe it or not. There is a plan already taking shape, and the result of that plan is that I will eat.
Need help? Light bless you. Be careful, for the Alliance.
We have a full inventory. Let's take care of that really fast.
Well met.
The clams again. Yep, let's just sell them. I'm gonna hang on to this.
Safe travels.
Definitely homemade. Yeah, they're not delivery, they're
Have a
homemade.
good one. See you later. Have a good one.
Alright. Alright, guys, as you might have guessed, I am going to end things right here for today. I am going to go eat these tacos. I am really famished. Thank you all for hanging out with me and letting me play some Classic Era vanilla this evening. I really do appreciate you guys being here. If you enjoyed hanging out, the best thing you can do for me is just leave a like on the VOD. Let the algorithm know that you enjoyed your time. I really appreciate those that do. Tomorrow, I think for the main stream, we are going to be playing the Retail Hunter, so I would love to see you guys in Retail. We're going to level the Hunter up. It's been really fun. We've been doing mining and herbalism, and that's been great. It's been really fun to chase down the nodes, get some bonus XP on the way, and see some nooks and crannies of the world. Thank you guys again. As always, take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other, and we will see you back in Azeroth again very soon. Bye for now.